Hey kiddos, today we're going to be working on open guard. We're going to do our 4 paws or our 4 points of contact so that we can remember that we need to be always aiming to have 4 paws on our partner all the time in the open guard. We want to only move 1 paw at a time. Okay, so go ahead and get stretched out and warmed up with us, and then at the end we're going to be working on our open guard technique. Hello, my littles. I hope you're ready to get stretched out. All right, stand nice and tall. Get your arms up, reach for the ceiling, wiggle your fingers. Tippy toes. Stand on your high heels, try and keep your balance. Do your best. Okay, and flat feet. And now I want you to take one hand, reach back, touch your shoulder. Use your other hand to grab your elbow and get a good stretch in your shoulder right here. This is what it should look like. Both arms should be behind your head. Okay, shake it out. Other side. Reach for your shoulder. Grab your elbow and pull. Shake it out. Arm across your chest. Now this arm is reaching as far as it can, and then this one comes up by the elbow and helps it stretch even farther. Shake it out, and other side. Reach as far as you can. Helper arm comes up, and stretch it out. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to reach for our toes. Now reach as far as you can. If this is how far you can reach, and you've been growing a lot, and you're not flexible, that's okay. If you can reach here, then reach there. I want your legs to stand nice and tall, and you reach as far as you can. So I can reach my feet, so I'm going to go ahead and reach all the way down there. But if this is where you are, then that's fine. Just every day try and get a little bit more of a stretch. Okay, now step your feet apart. Reach over to one leg. Same thing, try and keep your legs straight, and then just reach as far as you can, and every time a little bit farther. So you should be just a little uncomfortable, but not hurting. Now walk it over to the other side. Reach for that leg. All right, back in the middle. Roll it up nice and slow. Okay, now we're going to keep our feet a little space apart like this, like shoulder width apart. We're going to put our arms out to the side. We're going to reach across. I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to reach for my opposite foot. So here I go. Reach across and up. Across and up. There we go. Across, up, across, up. Let's do 2 more. Across, up, across, up. Good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and sit on our bottoms now. Butterfly position. Butterfly is like this. I'm going to bring the bottom of my feet together. I'm going to grab them with my hands and pull them close into my body. I'm going to use my elbows to push my knees down. Now some of you guys are so flexible, your knees just fall right to the floor, and that's great. But I am not that flexible, so I have to use my elbows to push my knees down, and then I can feel my hips opening up. Good job. Okay, let's make a space in our legs now, spread them apart, and walk it forward. Reach as far as you can here. And walk it over to one leg. So if this is where you're comfortable, then stretch here for a second. Now I want you to walk it out a tiny bit more, just so you can feel that stretch in the back of your leg. It should just start to feel uncomfortable. And walk it over to the other side. And a little bit farther. And a little bit farther. Okay, let's sit in our base. This is my base. My feet are tucked under my bottom. My knees are wide. I'm going to sit nice and tall. Now I'm going to look up. And down. We're stretching our necks now. So my back is nice and straight and only my face is looking down. Now look at me. Head to one side. And switch. Circle your head one way. Switch. Okay, so let's go ahead and now we're going to go through our positions. We have base. Make sure that you have a space between your knees. Your feet are tucked under your bottom. This is what I never ever want to see. I don't ever want to see your foot hanging out on the side over here, okay? Now I actually had a student recently almost hurt their leg doing this. So someone went to push them and they couldn't roll over. They started to feel the pain in their leg because they can't roll over their foot. So that's why we have to keep our foot tucked under our bottom so that if I get pushed, I can just fall back and I'll be fine. Okay, all right, so I have a good base. I have good posture, meaning that my back is straight and strong. I have resistance. If someone tries to push me, I'm not just gonna fall down. I'm gonna push back into them. So I'm staying here. This is our good base. Okay, now let's get tall. When we're tall, we want to have our active feet. My toes are turned under so that I can lean back into them. I can drive forward, okay? And I still have my good posture. Base, get tall. Now kickstand, pop out that kickstand. So now I have my knee, my toes back here, and my foot over here, my kickstand. Okay, we use this position for knee on belly, for inside knee pass, for lots of things. I want to be able to balance here. Now show me your movement. Show me how you can move in this position without falling down. There we go. Lean into your knee, lean into your toes, lean into this foot over here. Good job. And base. Now turtle. Now I want everyone's turtle to be really good like mine. I bring my elbows inside my knees. I use my hands on the side of my head. My feet are under my bottom. All of my spaces are closed. Base, get tall, kickstand on the other side, and movement. Let's see your movement. We want to be able to do a good strong kickstand on either side. Good job. All right, now let's see T-Rex. Here's my T-Rex, or my fight stance. I have always a space between my feet. I always have a bend in my legs. My arms are up here like T-Rex arms. They're not out here like woo-woo arms. They're ready to grab, but my elbows are in close to my body. There we go. Now let's see, how does a T-Rex move? He shuffles, that's right. Step and slide, step and slide. I'm not hopping. I'm not jumping. Nice and smooth. Step and slide. The other thing is I'm not bringing my feet together. This is no good, and I'm not especially crossing my feet. Step and slide. So now you can move around in your living room. Go backwards, go forwards. Lead with either leg. All right, ready, and base. Get tall. Kickstand. T-Rex. Quick feet. Base. Turtle. Get tall. Kickstand. T-Rex. Quick feet. Freeze. Base. Get tall. Base. Turtle. T-Rex. Quick feet. And freeze. Now we're going to do our sprawls. Okay, I want to make sure that everyone is doing their sprawls properly. I'm here in my fight stance or my T-Rex. When I say sprawl, first you're going to touch with your hands, and then you're going to touch with your hips. Here are my hips. Imagine Batman has a cool belt, right? This is right where his belt is. That's where our hips are. All right, so I'm going to touch with my hands, and then I'm going to touch with my hips. So my legs are going to throw back, and my hips are going to be all the way down to the mat. And my arms are nice and tall, my chest is nice and tall. You can have the choice with your feet, whether you have active toes or you have flat toes. Either one's fine. Pop up. Let's do one more slow one. I'll show you from the front. Hands, hips, nice and tall, and pop up. T-Rex, quick feet, sprawl, hop up, quick feet, run fast like the ice cream man is outside, and sprawl, hop up, and sprawl, hop up, let's do 2 more, ready, sprawl, hop up, quick feet, and sprawl, and pop up. Okay, now we're gonna do back falls. In your T-Rex, what's our number 1 thing that we protect? That's right, our head. Okay, number 2, our arms. We don't wanna say, oh, I'm falling, and we stick our arms out, and we break our arm, or we hurt our wrist, all bad. Okay, so you're here in your T-Rex, you tuck your chin, and you keep your arms way out here. I'm gonna sit in my invisible chair, all the way down, and I do a big slap as I come down, like I'm high-fiving the floor. And then I can come up, and here's my trick for coming up. I tuck one leg back, I lean forward, I can step up with one leg, okay? Let's see it from the side. T-Rex, tuck your chin, arms out, invisible chair, big slap, come up with one leg, okay? T-Rex, now quick feet, back fall, come up, quick feet, back fall, come up, quick feet, back fall. We're gonna do 1 more, come up, quick feet, and back fall. Good, now stay on your bottom. We're gonna sit in our open guard. Notice that my elbows are inside. I don't have chicken wings, this is no good. My elbows are inside with my little T-Rex arms. My knees are on the outside, okay? Now, we're gonna do the floor is lava. I'm gonna pick up my feet, and I'm gonna hold them for 10. This looks like I'm not working, but all my core muscles, all my tummy is working to keep my legs off the ground. Now, you guys help me count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. This might be easy for you guys because you've come to my class a bunch of times and you already know how to do this, but for some people it's really difficult. So if you need to set your feet down for a second, that's okay. Now we're gonna do it again, but this time we're gonna touch our feet. I'm gonna come in with my hand and touch my opposite foot. So here I'm using my hip to move my leg, and I'm coming through with my arm, so I'm gonna feel it also in my stomach or in my core. And then I'm gonna touch on the opposite side. And I want you to work on keeping your feet off the floor the whole time. All right, ready? The floor is lava, pick them up and touch them for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job, come back to your open guard position. All right, ready? We've had a little break. Now we're gonna pick them up. We're gonna touch them for 10 again. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. If you guys were really working hard, you should probably feel it in your hips and also probably in your tummy. Okay? If you need to right now, you can take a little break and then we're gonna do a few warm-up drills and technique. Okay, so you've had your break, come back in here now. We're gonna lean back and we're gonna shoot up our hips. Okay, we're gonna do up and outs. Ready? If it helps, you can put your hands on the mat. I want your back and your shoulders flat down, and we're not gonna let our feet touch the floor. So I'm gonna shoot my hips straight up and then out. So they are straight out, they look like they're touching the floor, but I'm not gonna let my feet touch. I'm gonna bring my knees in, up, in, out. Okay, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to rock up over your head, okay? What I want you to do is shoot your feet up, straight up above your hips. Up and out. up, and out. Up, out, up, out. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. Okay. Now we're going to do our crossover sit-ups. These are going to help us with our hip sweeps. Okay, so I bring my feet up on my bottom, and my back and my shoulders are flat. I'm going to pick a side. I'm going to come all the way up to my hand. Is this my hand? No, this is my elbow. I want to come all the way up to my hand and then reach past my opposite knee. Now imagine if you were in class today, I'd be coming around to give you a high five, okay? So you aim for that high five, and you come all the way down, and then you come up on the other side. All the way posted on your hand and reaching past your knee. All the way down, all the way up. All the way down, all the way up. There we go. Now make sure that you're not just doing this, okay? That's not it. I want it all the way down and then up on the other side. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now we're going to work on our shrimps. Okay, I'm going to start right here. My feet are up by my tush. I'm going to push with my feet, try and stick them to the floor. I'm going to aim my bottom that way, and I'm going to aim my hands over here, and my eyes are going to look at my hands. So as I'm pushing with my hands here, I'm pushing my bottom out the other way. I make sure and look with my eyes so I know which way to face. And I stretch my legs all the way out as far as I can. Now I lay back straight again, and I'm going to do it on the other side. So now I'm going to push my bottom over here. My hands are over here. I'm going to look at my hands all the way out. Okay, do both sides. Let's look around. Push this way and push this way. Shrimps. Okay, and let's do our forward shoulder rolls. Okay, a lot like a somersault, but rather than rolling over my big noggin, over my big head, I'm going to roll over my shoulders. So I'm going to start on my knees. I'm going to step open my tunnel, and I'm going to put my arm through my tunnel. Now here's my trick. The closer I put my shoulder and my ear to the floor, the easier it's going to be. So I'm going to get way down here. Then I just look through my tunnel, and I use my toes to push my body through. Nice and easy. Let me do one facing you. Here, knee, tunnel, arm through the tunnel, get all the way down, look through your tunnel, use your toes to roll through. Okay, so you can do a few of those. Nice. Okay. Now, let's do our circuit movements. We're going to start with butt scoots. We have our open guard position like we were doing earlier with my elbows in. I'm going to bring my feet forward and scoot my butt forward. Sometimes I like to pretend like I'm pulling a rope, and that also helps me to remember to keep my elbows in. Bring your legs forward, scoot your butt forward. What we don't want is chicken wings. We are not chickens. We want to keep our elbows in like a T-Rex. Nice. Okay. Now we're going to do let's do our knees. Okay? Here's my knees, my wrestling shots. One knee down, one knee up. You're going to come down with this knee. As it goes down, this one drags forward, and then I step here. As this one goes down, this one goes forward. Let me show you from side to side here. One knee up, one knee down. Drive in, step. Drive in, and step. Good. Let's get a few of these. Nice. do our bear crawls. Now bear crawls are not baby crawls. I'm up on my hands and feet. I'm not down on my knees. Okay, do a few of those. And our last one for our circuit are the hands and hops. I'm gonna plant my hands and I'm gonna pick up my legs and my hips and I'm gonna hop them all the way to the other side, kind of like I'm doing a cartwheel. So hands, hop. Okay, if you wanna go side to side, you're gonna go like this. Hands and hop, or you can even stay in one place and go back and forth. Hands and hop, come up. Hands and hop, come up. Okay, so do a few of those, and then if you want to get yourself a drink, and then you come back and we'll do our technique together. Okay guys, today we're going to be working on our 4 points of contact. We've gone over this before. How many paws do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are all my paws, right? Like imagine you're like a kitty or a dog. You have 4 paws. Okay, so these are our 4 points of contact, or our 4 paws, and I want to really try and keep all 4 of them on him at the same time. So I'm going to have Caleb stand there in his T-Rex. Get there in your T-Rex. Take a step back for me, please. Okay, so he's standing there in his T-Rex. Now you guys remember how to do this. We have a space between our feet. We have our legs a little bit bent, and we have our little T-Rex arms out there. So he's doing a good job on that. So I'm going to sit in my open guard, or like a butterfly kind of position here. Remember, knees wide, elbows inside to protect my spaces. I'm gonna butt scoot up to him, just like this. As soon as I'm close enough, I'm gonna grab his wrists. So here I've got 1, 2. I have 2 paws on him so far. Now, if I lay back right now, I'm gonna be too far away to reach his hips. So I'm gonna do 1 more scoot. And then I'm gonna put my feet on his hips. And I wanna control him here. So even if he's trying to move around, I wanna really try and keep my 4 points of contact on him. So give this a little try with the top person, giving some movement. Now remember that top person, Caleb, he doesn't wanna just bend right over at the waist. This actually isn't good for him because someone could actually easily pick you up, and we don't wanna do this. This is fun to do with your mom and dad, but in Jiu-Jitsu, we don't want the person on the bottom to pick us up. This is not good for us. So he wants to bend with his legs. Bend. So if you change levels with your legs and not bending over at the waist. Okay, so Caleb's gonna give me some movement, and I'm gonna stay connected to him. Okay, once you feel comfortable there, that you can keep all of your connections here. I've got my wrists, and I've got my feet on his hips. Then I want you to practice moving your paws. So here, if I move my body, I can grab his ankle. I can take 1 leg, make it like a hook, and I can hook inside his knee. I can even take 1 leg, I can put it on his arm like that. That's fun, right? That's something different. Okay, so what I want you to do is try and take 1 paw at a time and move him around. So I'm gonna take this paw, put it here, scoot over here, grab his ankle. You can even pull him down and grab his neck. I just want you to practice moving around 1 paw at a time. Sometimes you're gonna move and you're gonna say like, oh, I don't think this is a good one. Like, would this be good to put over here on the back of his elbow? No, that's not gonna work. So that's okay, that's how we learn, okay? There's some spots that are good spots to control. His hip, his ankle, his wrist, his neck, his knee, even the bottom of his ankle. If I move over here so you can see, I can take my hook, I can put it down here by his ankle. I'm still controlling him. I'm pulling here, I'm pushing here. I can put it back, grab here. I just want you guys to get comfortable moving your points of contact. Would it be good if I were to let go of both of my hands at the same time? No. What would you do, Caleb? He's gonna pass my guard, okay? That's not what I want. What about if I were to just drop both my feet to the floor? Okay, same thing, he's gonna pass my guard. So that's why I wanna be very careful. It should be our goal to always just be moving 1 paw at a time, okay? So let's just review. Okay, let's stand there in your T-Rex position, your fight stance. Here I am in my open guard. I'm a little bit away. So So look, I can't reach him yet. So I'm gonna butt scoot over there, grab his wrist, one more scoot, lay down, feet on the hips. He's gonna move around, and I'm not gonna let go. Good. I'm gonna stay square in front of him, and then I'm gonna practice moving one paw at a time. There we go, nice and smooth, okay? Good, and then you can take turns. The top person can come down and they can try it. All right, so work on that, our 4 points of contact or our 4 paws from the open guard. And if you wanna add a little level of difficulty to make it a little harder for yourself, we can do this, where Caleb turns his hand and breaks my grip. Uh-oh, now I have to get a different grip. Look. Or he can take his leg, oh look, he took my foot off of his hip. He can take his leg and step back, and now I can't reach it anymore. So now he's making me have to move my points of contact. Okay, so that's even a little more challenging. So if it's starting to feel easy for you to keep your 4 paws on them, then have the top person start breaking your grips, taking your feet off the hips, and that way making the bottom person have to work a little bit harder.